Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video we are finally gonna go over the mods that I have done to my 2006 INFINITI M45 Sport rear wheel drive. And the reason I wanted to make this video now is because I have actually gone ahead and posted this car up for sale now, and it is available for you guys if you want to go ahead and purchase it. And I've got a few offers already, so I might be selling it sooner than later, which is why I want to go ahead and actually make this video right now for anybody that wants to go ahead and purchase it. But let's go ahead and jump into the video. And since we are in the car, we're actually going to go ahead and begin with the interior of the car, and then we'll work our way out. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so starting off with the interior of my M45, the very first thing that you're going to see is the steering wheel. I went ahead and upgraded the steering wheel to a DND quick release, NRG quick release right there. So the steering wheel itself is DND, quick release is NRG, and then you have the hub, which I believe is a universal one, but you can also get it from NRG as well. They sell it. Now this right here, I got it, I think it was for about $150, which is the wheel, the quick release, and then the hub, which is a really good deal because I believe just for like the quick release itself alone is like $100. The hub, same thing, I think it's also like $50 to $100. And then the steering wheel alone is, I think, $200. So quite a big savings there. This is specific to a 350Z G35, but it mounts up to the M45 as well. But I believe it also works like on the 370Z. Now, another mod that you're going to see is going to be my cruise control, or my buttons that go to the steering wheel. I made my very own bracket to go to the bottom out of, I believe it's aluminum. I cut out a few pieces, made a few holes, and made it work. I have a video on that if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. But I was able to make that work with the steering wheel, which I don't believe anybody has done for this specific car. So it's a really cool upgrade that I was able to do to still, you know, keep my buttons for the steering wheel. Another thing that you're going to see right here is going to be these extensions for the wiper blades and or like the fog lights, things like that. The reason I went ahead and did that was because I can't actually reach the buttons anymore without actually having those extensions on there. So right now you can kind of see from this angle, if I try to reach for the control right here, I can't reach it without this lever. So now with this lever, I can go ahead and actually, you know, use it. As you can see, now without it, I can't reach unless I actually extend my arm out and go for it. So that was a cool add-on for this quick release, something that I really needed. The right side, I don't use it as much, but of course, if I'm gonna have one, might as well have both, right? So that's another upgrade. I think I only got that for like 20 bucks on Amazon, so fairly cheap. And then another upgrade that you probably would not notice if I did not tell you is gonna be the gauges. So these gauges right here are actually for a 2008 to 2010 INFINITI M35 M45. I went ahead and made the upgrade because I was having issues with my gauge. The speedometer was not actually working, and I thought it was something else. Maybe something electronically wasn't working, but it was actually the speedometer that was just broken and was just staying still and wasn't moving at all. So that's another upgrade that I did to the M45. The original ones are orange and it looks kind of ugly. This makes a huge difference on this car. So that's another upgrade there. I think I got that for about 40 bucks, which is actually pretty good because I think I've seen other people that sell it for like $100 just for that gauge cluster. Now, as for the interior, that's honestly pretty much it, with the exception of the back seats and these seats right here as well. I went ahead and actually upgraded it to the black leather seats. So same thing for the back ones, right there, you guys can kind of see them. I went ahead and upgraded those as well to the black, because it just looks a whole lot better. The tan color, which is like this color up here, it's just really ugly in my opinion, and upgrading it to black made it look a whole lot better. I got it from a junkyard. I could be wrong, but I think I spent maybe less than $100. I think it was probably like closer to 80, which is really good. But oh, another upgrade is gonna be this right here. This right here is also tan. So if you have like the tan seats, you're also gonna have the tan inserts that go right here on the door panel. I upgraded that to black as well. I don't remember what I paid for that. I don't think it was more than 40 bucks. Again, Got it from a junkyard, so really good deal on that. An upgrade that I did want to do is go ahead and convert the top to black or suede, but because I'm selling the car, there's a chance I may not be doing that anymore. That should be it for the interior. Nothing else has been done other than cleaning it up, making it look a little bit nicer. So that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and move to the exterior of the car, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, so here we are. Just cleaned up the M45, and don't mind my daughter, she's over there sleeping. I need to go ahead and record this video because I'm pretty sure this thing's going to be sold very soon. I have quite a few people hitting me up. There's a person that seems to be very serious, and another one that's also serious, but he said he needs a little bit more time. But of course, I'm not going to hold up on anybody that's interested in buying on this. If you have the cash, you want to get it, let me know, and I'm for sure interested in selling this car. Before actually going into the mod list and everything, the reason I want to sell this car is because I drive a lot, and this is a V8, so I waste a lot of gas on this car. So I want to get something that's a little bit more economically friendly, that is going to be more beneficial to me. One, to save more money on gas, but also on top of that, I don't want to put a lot of miles on this car. I just replaced the engine, so right now the engine has 85,000 miles on it. I purchased the motor, it had 59k miles on it. So right now you could say I have put about 25,000 miles on this motor right now, and it's running flawless, no issues whatsoever, running amazing, starts right up, sounds good. I still check the oil levels. I do the oil changes every 4,000 to 5,000 miles, constantly checking it, make sure it's never low. So beautiful car, well kept, well maintained. The motor is actually straight from Japan because I ordered it online on eBay. They had to bring it over from Japan, shipped it out to this area, and it has really low mileage. And I did open up the internals. If you watch the previous videos that I posted on this car, you will see that they were extremely clean. It looked like the engine was honestly like brand spanking new. So if anybody is interested in it, hit me up. We will go ahead and go over everything in this video if you're interested in it, and I'll show you any defects, anything wrong with the car. But let's talk about the mods if you're interested in purchasing anything for this M45/M35. Pretty much the same platform, just different engine. Now this one here is a rear-wheel drive version. There's an all-wheel drive version as well, and this is the sport package. How you can tell that an M45 or M35 is the sport package is by the lip kit. The lip kit here is only for the sports, so you can obviously buy it for your car and just slap it on there. But this is an 06 to 07 bumper. The 08 and 10 are different. It's not gonna fit. So it has the lip right here, the side skirt, and then it has the rear lip right here and the back as well, right there. Yeah, it's a little bit more windy over here. I'm gonna have to stay over there on that side, that way the audio doesn't get messed up. But here's the rear lip right there. So that's it for like the body kit. So for the front, on the hood, all I've done was just add these Hoodvents right here that I purchased from Amazon. I wanted to add these to try to extract some of the heat from the engine because these things get pretty hot, especially living in Arizona. You're averaging like 120 temps out here, so it's pretty crazy. And I wanted to try to do something to help the engine stay a little bit cooler. And it's getting close to summer, so I still have the car. We'll see how well this thing works. But I added those on there. It wasn't very expensive. I'll link everything down below that I'm going to talk about in this video if you're interested in picking it up. But I think those were about 20 bucks. And then the grill, I went ahead and painted that a gloss black. And then I left the emblem, the silver color that already comes. And so far it's been holding up really well. It has a few rock chips, of course, because I do a lot of highway. And I have to stay behind cars, and of course they flick rocks up and it messes up my paint. And then for the headlights, those are actually stock. I just re-cleared them, so you can see they look almost like brand new. They look really good. And then for the fog lights, I went ahead and actually wrapped those a yellow color. You can kind of see it right there. And then I upgraded the bulbs on the bottom and the top. The bottom is just a bright white, but with the yellow, it makes it pop, and it looks yellow when you turn it on. And then for the bulbs, I'll link them down below as well. They're AK bulbs that are plug and play. No box, no nothing that comes with it. Straight up plug and play. Put it in there, plug it in, ready to go. I actually have those on my 370Z, and they've been doing me well for years now with no issues. That's it for the front. Now let's go ahead and go to the side profile. For the side profile, I honestly, all I have really done is going to be the wheels. So the wheels on here are Cosmis XT006R with a 245 30. No, it can't be 30. I think it's 245 45 20. Yep, it's 245 45 18. I said 20 18. My 370Z has 20, so that's why I keep saying 20. So 18s, they are 9.5 all around. I was thinking about going with like an 11, so 18 times 11, but I feel like it's gonna be way too wide, because if you look at the back on this car, like it already sticks out quite a bit, and I had to pull off the fender to make sure it wasn't hitting it anymore, because on big bumps, you can see right there, it kind of sticks out a little bit, but the tire sinks in. I had 265, I think, at one point. Swapped those out, put a 255, was still a little bit too big, went to a 245, and now it's perfect on the rear. On the front, I've never had an issue with anything rubbing. It actually sinks in a little bit more on this side right here. As you can see, the tire sinks in perfectly, and the rear actually has a little bit of camber. If I was to remove that camber in the rear, for sure it will scrape again, so that's why I have camber. Haven't removed it for that specific reason. And the front, I have Z1 upper control arms. I'll try to show you guys right now once I open the hood, so you guys can see what that looks like. And it was able to fix the camber that I had in the front, because it was horrible. Like, I was eating through my front tires. So I did that, and an alignment as well. So this car just recently got an alignment. If you purchase it, won't have to worry about that. The rear brakes rotors are brand new. Just replaced those when I replaced the engine and everything. And then for the rear, again, you have this lip right here that comes with the Sport. The only thing I did was I added blast pipes, which makes a huge difference on this car. Before, I had just removed the muffler and didn't really make too much of a difference. Once I added these blast pipes, it honestly sounds a whole lot better. And then another thing that you're gonna notice on here is I have my custom duckbill. So this is actually meant for the M45, M35 without this rear spoiler right here. But I went ahead and cut the edges right here, as you can see, to make it fit and flow with the existing spoiler, because I just wanted to extend it out a little bit. Right there you can see, looks pretty sick. And it's been holding on here really well. Haven't had any issues, hasn't been coming off or anything. You can purchase this for the M35, M45. I got it on, I think it was eBay. And you just have to cut it a little bit to make it work on the existing spoiler. So same thing for the M45, M35 Sport. They come with this spoiler right here, stock. The base ones don't have a spoiler for the most part, and you know, you can just add that on here. The next thing I did is going to be the roof spoiler right here. Just a little small detail right there. I don't think that's even like 20 bucks, somewhere around that range. This one, I think it was closer to like 60 to 70. Could be wrong, don't remember the exact price. So that's pretty much it for the outside. I have my license plate, which says M450 GT. For those of you that don't know, in Japan, these are called Fuga GT, and also referred to as the M450 GT for the M45 engine. So that's the main reason why I did that. I actually wanted to do Fuga GT, but the motor vehicle division said that because it has an F and a U together, they can't do that. You know, which is stupid, of course, but it's whatever. I tried to fight it, but they said no, that I can't. And then let me show you guys the inside really quick. So the inside honestly is in pretty mint condition. I replaced all the seats like I discussed earlier, replacing that to black, and then the back ones as well. You can see mint condition. The only thing that you're gonna see is this right here. I have been looking for a seat for the driver's side, but every single one that I find always has some type of huge rip right here, like going all the way down, which is why I haven't done it. As you can see, this one right here is ripping as well, but the seat works with no problem. See, you can move it front and back. It just has a nasty hole right there. So it is something that I've been looking to replace. I'm sure you guys can find one at the junkyard. I found a few, but it wasn't to my expectations or my standards, so I didn't really want to get those seats. But you can easily buy one from the junkyard. I know they sell them less than 50 bucks, 40 bucks, which is really good because I got everything back there, I think for like 80. That seat and then these right here at the back. So that's one thing I did. Looks a whole lot better. It has a mat right there for the inside. I have the mats in the front as well, as you can see right there. Here's the steering wheel, how it looks, nice and clean. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the inside. Now let's go ahead and go into the engine. This is like my favorite part about this car, is this engine. So right here is the beautiful VK45DE motor, which is a 4.5 liter V8 engine from Japan. So it is a beautiful engine. I love this thing. It has been extremely reliable. Even the previous motor was reliable as well. I didn't have any issues with it. It just had oil consumption. But when it came to like it running and performing, it ran extremely well with no problems at all. I just took it out because it had a really bad oil consumption every 500 miles, which I would honestly eat through within like a week, because in one day I drive honestly maybe like 200 miles. So if you could imagine, every like 3 to 2 days I had to put oil in this thing. Now right now with this motor, no oil consumption, runs extremely well. I check it every so often. You can see it has oil. I haven't put some oil in here since the oil change technically, and I already need an oil change actually in, I would say, about 500 miles. So that will be happening if I don't sell it by then. And you can see that there's a few things done in the engine right here. I replaced the intake because it was broken. I installed this engine 3-inch intake, goes down there. The cool thing about this is you can actually remove this part right here and put the filter up top if you want to relocate it. If you live in an area that rains more and you just want to get it away from the rain or the water, you can relocate it up there as well. But I love how that looks. And then another upgrade that I have is going to be this right here, the power steering reservoir. I upgraded that because the previous one was like ugly as shit. It looked like yellow and nasty. I upgraded it to this nice one right here. It looks a whole lot better. That I think was like, I could be wrong, but I think it was like 30 bucks. This was pretty expensive. This is like $300 for the intake. And then I painted my coolant reservoirs right here, this and then the washer fluid black, just so it could look a little bit better. I left that exposed so you can see where the fluid is at. No issues with the coolant at all. It doesn't leak, doesn't get low ever. I haven't had to put coolant in here since I did my flush and everything, so there's nothing wrong with the coolant. Everything's perfectly fine. And the valve covers, I went ahead and replaced those. Not the valve cover itself, but the seal, the gasket. I replaced that when I did the motor, so that has maybe like 25k miles on it. Oil catch can, same thing. I installed this when I put the motor in, so that has about 25k miles on it. Works amazing. I actually haven't opened this thing in a while. Let's go ahead and open it right now. This oil catch can has been doing me well. I have no issues with it. I think I have removed this thing quite a few times, and every single time I remove it, there's oil. There you go, right there. Look at how well that thing works. I can't remember the price on this, but I got it on Amazon, so of course I'll link it down below so you guys can pick it up. It might have been about, I honestly did not spend a lot on these parts. I think a lot of things were like less than $30 to $40. Maybe the only thing that I had spent a little bit more money on was going to be the oil cooler, which I'll talk about next right now. You can kind of see the lines right there at the bottom. Those are for my oil cooler. So my oil cooler, you can kind of see it right here. It's that piece right there. You can see the line right there connected. I have, damn, I can't even remember what size this is. It's the larger one. It goes up to like right here, all the way down there. I got the oil cooler because these engines get pretty hot, just like the VQ VHR 37. That one gets extremely hot, so I thought it'd be a good idea to add it. No issues whatsoever. Goes to the bottom where the oil filter is at right there. Connects right there. Just take off the old oil filter, add a new one. You're good to go. Add about another quart of oil. So this car takes about 6 quarts. You possibly want to add about 7 quarts in here. Just check it, see where it's at. add if needed. Works extremely well. Haven't had any issues. One thing that I actually recommend that you guys do for this intake manifold right here is to clean it up. As you can see, mine actually looks like it's in really good condition, like it looks shiny and clean. What you can do is you can go through it with a brush, a steel brush, clean it up. It'll take off all of those nasty spots that it has on there. It'll bring up the shininess like this right here on the chrome. So that's one thing I recommend to make that stand out. Will look a whole lot better. So that's it when it comes to the engine for the most part from what I can see. I did go ahead and replace the belt on here. It's Gates. I had a previous one on here that was making a lot of noise. Replaced that with the Gates one. Didn't have any more issues. So just be careful with the type of belt that you purchase for this car, because the other belt was way too loose, so it would make noise and it would make like a ticking sound, like tick, 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 tick. And it was pretty annoying. Now the car is completely quiet. I'll turn it on right now so you guys can hear it. Oh, I completely forgot the Megan strut bar. The Megan strut bar is actually for a G35, but I went ahead and bent it a little bit by hitting like the sides right here to make it go up a little bit more so it can clear the intake manifold. Same thing on this side, hit it a little bit more to move it up, and working extremely well. No issues with that. As you can see, it looks really nice and clean. Gives it a better look to the engine and makes it stand out a little bit more. So that's another mod that I did to this car right here. Got that for 60 bucks, I think, from a guy that was selling it for his G35, and modified it to make it work. Now, another mod that you might be able to see right here a little bit. Nah, you can't really see it, but it's that right there. I have Raceland Coilovers from a G35 from a homie of mine that sold it to me. His name's Weddle. Got a really good deal on him, couldn't pass it up. But I just recently made a video where I had issues with the left strut, had completely broken because of the top hat. So that top hat right there completely like broke the bushing in the middle, and it was moving around. So be careful with the type of coilovers you get. I think those were already damaged, if I'm being honest with you. And I just had to go ahead and replace the top hat. Got some TN springs, install those with the top hats. Works, no problems. So they've been doing good. Really no issues just for that. But that strut has always been making noise, and I think it finally just broke. This one had no issues with it. I just replaced them at the same time, because if I was replacing one, you know, might as well replace the other one as well. Now that should technically be it when it comes to the engine. A lot of accessories on here are completely brand new as well. The engine only had 59k miles, so that means that all the accessories that came with it also only had 59k miles. So now everything currently has about 85k. This right here I did replace as well. This is brand new from Nissan. This is not a cheap version that you're gonna get for anywhere else. It is an original one from Nissan, so this is gonna work. If you buy aftermarket ones, they are cheap and they won't last, so just be aware of that. So you guys are good there if you're interested in purchasing this car. These fans right here are from an original M45. I found one at a junkyard, got these, so these are brand new, replaced it. And this thing right here is also like in new condition. This I can see that it was just recently replaced when I replaced the motor, because it honestly looks like in good condition, so no issues with that. Replaced the canister. The condenser is brand new, which is a, yeah, you can't see it from right here, but the condenser connects to these lines right here, so that's brand new as well. The AC was just redone when I installed the engine, so that's even good as well. So you guys can see that there's a lot of things that have been done to this car to be as good and reliable as it is right now. So there's no issues at all with this engine. And then the battery, it's brand new, just replaced it when I got the motor. It usually has a number somewhere, I can't see it right now, but it is a brand new battery as well, so no issues there. I feel like I'm missing something, but yeah, like this whole engine has been touched. The power steering rack, which you guys can't see, is also brand new. That has about 25k miles on it. Then I have the Z1 upper control arms that adjusted the camber to move it forward. And the exhaust is pretty much stock. I have no check engine light on this car, because right now the cats are gutted from this side right here, but there's another cat right here in the middle that's not gutted. That one, it does have a functional cat, which is helping with the check engine light, so I have that. and then it goes down to the stock white pipe right here. Remove the mufflers, and I added the blast pipes right here, which sound really good. The back part of the trunk is also stock as well. So right here, just a little bit dirty because I play soccer, so like I have a bunch of dirt everywhere. But I have the manual. I think it's that one right there. This just goes right there. And then right here, I think that's a first aid kit. So that's pretty cool. Found that at a junkyard as well, so I was like, I'm gonna take this. All right, cool. So let's talk about the defects on this car. If you're interested in getting it, just message me on Instagram. But right now, from the front, you can see it needs to be repainted. That is easily fixable. I don't know what happened right here. I got the car like this. It looks like it's from a tow hitch that ran into it right there, but you can easily plastic weld it. I think I've seen a video where they have a actual tool where they press in and it welds it with metal, and then just gotta go over it with Bondo, fix it up with some plastic. It'll look brand new. Just repaint it. Same thing for the lip, just needs to be repainted. So that's the first thing right there. This right here, I'm pretty sure comes off. I don't know what that is, but I think if you just buff the car out, this will come off on its own, because it doesn't look like it's peeling, because it looks smooth. So it's just something that needs to be buffed out. As for the side, you can see that the side screen needs some paint right there. That needs to be repainted. Right here, so I was gonna make a video on this, but I didn't post it. Somebody actually hit me when I was at the mall. It was crazy. I don't know what this person was thinking, but they were trying to do a really sharp turn around a truck, and my car was already parked at the parking lot, and they were trying to do a really like sharp turn, and they weren't even going slow, like they were going really fast. It was an older person, and they just rammed right into the side. And I was there because I was putting stuff into the car. As it was happening, they literally just like went like that and just hit the side. And I was like, no way. I was just parked there, and you know, this person just hit my car. But that's why it has damage right here on the side. You can see these small cracks right there with the paint, and then right here the scratch. It's because of that. So that's what happened there. And then right here, this was already there. So I'm assuming somebody was putting something in the trunk. They would put stuff on there and ended up scratching it. But again, to fix this problem, all you gotta really do is paint it. Once you paint it, that's perfect. Fix that hole, plastic weld it, you're good to go. So not a huge deal. Same thing on this side. This one right here, I don't know what happened. I got it like this when I got the car. I'm not sure if somebody dented it in, pushed it in, but that happened. Again, that's fixable. Just do some body work, sand it down, flatten it out, have some body Bondo on it, paint it, you're good to go. Not a huge deal. I was gonna try to fix that by white bodying the car, but I decided, you know, to not do it and just sell it to get something more efficient. And yeah, so that's one problem right there that you guys are gonna see. Again, fixable, not a huge deal, but you know, to some people that may bother you if you see that. But other than that, this whole side is good. Nothing like really big. And that's pretty much it. When it comes to the suspension and everything, everything's in good working order. Oh, I just actually forgot about something else that I did to this car. So on the back, on the diff, I actually upgraded the diff bushings to Z1 Motorsports polyurethane bushings. They're the blue ones that they sell. It fit right up to this car. Replaced that. That is a huge expensive labor cost item that you have to do on this car. The dealer recommends to just replace the whole subframe. For that, I just replaced the bushings and everything. It is a lot of work to be able to do that, so I did complete that project for anybody that wants to get this car. That has been fixed. That's the mod list that's done to my M45 Sport. A lot of these things you guys can do to your car as well. They're very interchangeable from like the body aspect of it. For the drivetrain, the M45 and M35 are completely two different motors. Some things will not work on that car. If you try to modify it when it comes to the engine, the only thing that would work is going to be like the strut bar, but everything else is different when it comes to the engine components. But the actual suspension components, those should be interchangeable. So you can put like suspension from a G35 on this car, stuff like that, 350Z. The only thing I know that is different is some M45s come all-wheel drive, and how you can tell that is by looking usually at the back. If it has an X, like M45X, that means that it's all-wheel drive. M35X, all-wheel drive. You also have sports, so usually if it has an S, it means it's a sport. For some reason mine doesn't have it, and that's why I was kind of confused on whether it was a sport or not. So that's something that you guys gotta look at as well. One thing that I have noticed is the sports also come with the rear active steering on the cars, which mine does have. So on the back there is this part where the control arms go, where it attaches to, and it goes all the way like towards the middle to the other side, which is for the rear active steering. And what that does is it moves the wheels a little bit like forward and back when you turn to activate the rear active steering. So that's a pretty cool feature that this car has as well. This car, for being a 2006, has a lot of cool features, if I'm being honest with you, and I really don't want to get rid of this car. I love this M45. This has honestly been one of like the coolest cars I've had, that has a lot of cool features on it that you would not get back in 2006. For example, the heated cool seats, adjustable mirrors, the backup camera, all the speakers work, everything works on this car. But yeah, I'm pretty much done with this video. Let me go ahead and turn on the car so you guys can hear the engine. For those of you that want to actually hear the engine, as you can see, starts right up. Beautiful V8 sound to it. Not super loud, not too quiet. Really quiet engine. You hear no ticking, knocking. Sounds perfect. If I do sell the car, I'm still gonna make a few more videos on this platform. Things that you guys have asked me questions on, like should you get an M45? Should you fix an M45? Because you know I've done everything to this car, so I would have a good idea whether you should buy this car to fix it up or just, you know, keep it. And I'll be very, very blunt and honest with you when I make those videos on this car, whether you should build it or not. So that's going to conclude the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, make sure to leave down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this car. I think it's amazing. Beautiful platform. Actually pretty rare, specifically the M45, because you'll see a lot more M35s. Like if you do see an M, it's always an M35. You'll never see like an M45 driving in good condition. So if you guys are interested, hit me up. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.